All right, guys, so this series of videos is going to be a little bit long because it's a lot of information, but if you really are invested in understanding what's going on with the DevaCurl situation, I do encourage you to listen to each of them. I just about 20 minutes ago got off a 1 hour phone call with Barry Stromenger, the Director of Product Development for DevaCurl, and Kim Blakely, the Product Development Manager for DevaCurl, who's also a hairstylist. So my goal for this meeting was to ask questions to hopefully get some answers about what's going on with the DevaCurl products, to try to figure out whether the formulas had changed, whether the supplier of the ingredients had changed, and just to get their feedback on what could be going on in relation to how the products might be connected to the issues that people are experiencing, including but not limited to hair loss, breakage, extremely dry hair, and acne on the scalp, redness, soreness of the scalp, increased tangling, and other issues. So first of all, they pointed out that they wanted to hear about my experience, that they're very sorry for the experience that I've had personally. You can even one of my bald spots on display right there. My personal experience, and that this phone call, they wanted to focus on my experience, solely my experience, that they really can't talk about other people's experiences. So I do appreciate everyone who sent me their pictures and their story. It's still incredibly important that we document that and that we collect that data, so that if there's anything we can do about it in the future, we have everyone's stories collected as evidence. So they did. I'm going to read a little bit from my notes here. I took notes on the laptop. Luckily, I'm a very fast typer. I took notes on everything that they were saying, and I recorded everything that I was saying. So the next two videos will be recordings of my end of the conversation. Here in Florida, you cannot record a full phone conversation on both sides without consent. And I didn't want to get the communication with them off on that foot. I was hoping for authenticity, as much authenticity as I could get from them. And so really the focus was for me to come off in a way that they understand that I'm looking for their help. I'm just concerned about everyone who's having these problems, and I'm hoping that they can be on my team in figuring this out. And I felt that including an attorney on the phone call or asking to record the phone call would be a more aggressive approach, and something that maybe I would do later on in a future conversation if needed. They stress that DevaCurl is all about the curly girl. It's all about her. That's always their top concern, and that's always who they're trying to help. They said that they'll share what's going on in the back end, product development wise, but that they can't promise any answers right now to my questions. So I did tell them that I understood why they wanted to focus on my experience, but that I also needed them to understand why I'm advocating on behalf of so many others, and that I'm sure that Kim, as a stylist, can relate to having made recommendations, and then when they hurt the people that are using them, you feel responsible. And for me, that's on a very large scale because of the YouTube channel. And so I explained that to them, and that really my drive to figure this out is for those people, much less than it is for myself, as I'm already on the path to healing my hair. And this is still an extreme concern to me because of how many more people could be affected if we don't find an answer. So, I told my story. You'll hear my story in the next video. It's a lot, but it's comprehensive, it's complete, and hopefully you guys will understand sort of what I'm explaining in that story. They did say that it was like, wow, what a story, first of all, and that they're very sorry I'm experiencing this, that as curly girls themselves, they totally sympathize with how upsetting it would be to lose hair and have these issues with my hair and scalp. They said that they do extreme safety testing and performance testing on every batch of products. That the serial codes that you gave me, that they use those serial codes to get the corresponding formulation. They have like, they keep, I guess, samples of each serial code's formulation, and they tested those products. And I told them about my theory about the pH, and they said that all of their products are mildly acidic below 7. That is definitely not an alkalinity issue causing our problems. And that they are still sending out the products to third-party testing facilities to confirm the pH, do micro testing and patch testing again. I asked if I'm going to receive the results of those and if they're willing to publicly share those reports. And all they said was, we will give you more information when we have it. I did try to schedule a follow-up call, and they asked that I just communicate with Mike Simmons through DevaCurl customer care, who I'm sure a lot of you have communicated with as well. They did not give me their contact information as far as email. They want me to communicate with him from here on out. They said that they have a lot of integrity in the quality of their product and what they put out, that they're not trying to hide anything. And that as far as they can tell right now, there's nothing going on that's wrong with their products. They agreed with me that it's a time-sensitive issue, but they said that a lot of the testing they're doing does rely on external labs, and so it will take some time. They said that the Delight line is the one that most of the serial numbers corresponded with, and that is probably because that's the one that I recommended. So they said that it has not been reformulated at all, ever, since it was created, since it rolled out for the first time. They said from time to time there are ingredient updates, that new technologies for preservatives if it might be better for their current system to use a different technology for creating their preservatives, that could change at any time. And when regulatory things change, they update the preservatives. They said they, agree with me that if something's not broken, don't fix it. And so that's how they feel about their products. And they don't believe that it would make sense to change a working formula. And then I pointed out that, there are other reasons you might change preservatives. For example, the acquisition of the management company that acquired DevaCurl in May of 2017. The PR that you can find online about that acquisition definitely stresses their focus on international growth. DevaCurl is currently in the United States and Brazil and looking to move into the international market very soon. So that is definitely a different level of distribution that could incentivize the need or create the need to make adjustments to the product. So one of them, I don't know who was talking, said that she uses the Delight line herself, and that back in the day when they first started out, it was just no poo in one condition, and that they expanded the line because they found that it didn't meet the needs of every type of curl pattern. They said that, wavy girls all want more volume, and so they want moisture that keeps frizz away but doesn't weigh it down. And that's how the Delight line was formulated, but that no one needs to be stuck in a box. You guys know that I don't think your curl pattern is what determines your hair's needs. And I feel that way now more than ever. And Kim, who is the manager of product development and is a hairstylist, said she jumps between the different lines, Decadence, Original, and Delight, depending on the needs of her hair. Sometimes the seasons, she said, change what her hair needs, or having done color processing. But they did confirm that as far as moisture goes, Delight is the lightest, Original is medium, and then Decadence is the heaviest level of moisture. I asked, could it be damaging for someone to use the wrong line? Because some people who've contacted customer service have been told you're using the wrong line, so you should switch to this other one, like from Delight to Original if you're having dryness, right? But it doesn't explain why the hair was getting damaged from using the Delight. They said no, everything is about moisture level and moisture content, and that the Delight line is also moisturizing. It would not damage the hair. And so I said, do you think that hair can be damaged from too much moisture? They said, we have not seen that as an issue, but we're taking the comments about it seriously and investigating it. They said the products have always been at a base level of having a mildly acidic pH. I asked what that range is. They said it varies from product to product based on the formulation, and that research and development has that information, but that what they know is that they're always looking to be lower than water, which water is supposed to be a neutral pH of 7. And just so you guys know, everything below 7 is acidic and everything above 7 is alkaline. And you should understand the pH scale, the way that it works. I have videos on that. Just put in pH, and it's really important, I think, that you understand, especially the exponential nature of pH. The number differences may seem small, but they're actually very, very big. They said that this issue has been elevated to the highest levels of the company, and they currently have no reason their products are the cause, but they are definitely looking into it. I asked them to grant your wishes to return your products outside of the return window and no matter where you purchase them from. And they said that they will definitely grant you your refunds. It's helpful to them if you send the product back. The customer care will give you a prepaid return label, and they were going to talk to customer care immediately after our phone call to make sure that they know that they can accept the returns from any time outside of the return window. So it's a small victory in a very large loss. They said they'll give me more information when they have it, and that they wanted to close out by saying they're truly sorry for my experience and that they're taking all precautions they can. So to hear my side of the conversation, you can watch the next 2 videos. We did have a little bit of an issue we were in the clubhouse because I don't have very good cell service in my apartment, and there was an issue with the music in the clubhouse coming on a couple of times, which Dennis handled. So just so you know why you hear that, it was a miscommunication between us and the office about when we were going to be using the clubhouse for this phone call. But it did not lose my train of thought, and I continued as in the right direction of the conversation. All right, guys, so I'm going to upload all this now, and I hope that it helps you as much as I possibly could have.